Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We're going to wait another minute because I see that more people are still signing in. I can see that Tim from California has just joined. Hi, Tim. So we're going to wait another minute. Okay, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm on mute. You can't hear me? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. So I'm going to go ahead and start right away. So a bit of housekeeping. So this webinar is being recorded. If you want to send it to your colleague later, everyone will get the recording. If you have any questions, you can write them inside the chat or inside the question box within the GoToWebinar panel, and we'll have some time towards the end for the Q&A. You can also contact us on Twitter and Saketa as well. So just go over the agenda. First, we're going to have an introduction of both CardioLog and Saketa. Then we're going to go over how to boost adoption in Office 365 and the digital workplace. And at the end, we'll have a short time for Q&A. So a bit about CardioLog Analytics. So we've been around for around 13 years, and we're based outside of Boston. Over the past 14 years, we've been focused on web analytics designed for SharePoint and now Office 365. Our flagship solution is CardioLog Analytics, and it's built specially for internal platforms, including all versions of SharePoint on-premise and online, as well as Yammer and Teams. So now I'm going to welcome Saketa team to present themselves.
Thank you very much, Omri. So hello everyone, this is Ankita Singh from Saketa. So today I would be first giving an introduction of Saketa, and then I would be talking about like other modern SharePoint capabilities and the products of Saketa. So Saketa was basically founded in 2015 and is based in Seattle. It excels in digital transformation and enterprise productivity by leveraging the power of Microsoft SharePoint, Office 365, and dynamic cloud platforms. Saketa apps have been received very well and have won numerous accolades. It has won Microsoft Ignite Awards for 2 consecutive years, and one of our products, that is Saketa Migrator, helps customers to migrate content from SharePoint and also helps customers to adapt to Office 365 very quickly. We have also built Saketa Internet Suite, which enables the better adaptation of Office 365 through its collaboration and hence using a different template and hence it empowers the employee. So today I would be talking about modern SharePoint capabilities, challenges in using out-of-the-box SharePoint experience. I'll be giving a small demo of Saketa Internet Suite, and we'll be explaining how it empowers the employees with corporate news, resource tools, etc. and how it empowers your business units to collaborate better, and how it brings in, like line of like information from line of business in a digital workspace, and how the self-service tools that we provide, like the applications that we provide, how it helps, in empowering your business more. So let's start with modern SharePoint capabilities. Modern SharePoint is really flexible. So it is basically a whole new user experience. It is more performant, which makes it easier for anyone to create beautiful and dynamic site pages that are mobile ready. It is very flexible and it uses a concept called hubs where sites are more loosely connected. So a site can be easily switched from site A to site B and it will get the navigation, search and look of site B. Even its URL won't change, so favorites and links will not break. The other great feature of modern SharePoint is that it is very much mobile responsive, and it's standard these days that websites should work well on a mobile phone and on tablet. So if you see the screen, you can notice how the classic screen shrinks to fit, because of which the text becomes microscopic and it becomes very difficult to tap on any file. Now observe the modern experience. It fits to the page and makes it very easy to select any file. Modern SharePoint is also very easy to configure. In modern SharePoint, the new web parts are much easier and more intuitive to set up, and they do not require any technical knowledge as such. It is also very faster as compared to classic SharePoint because most of the page is created in the web browser. And big chunks of SharePoint, like including the SharePoint framework, are stored outside of SharePoint servers close to the users around the world on content delivery networks. They are also easily cached right on the computer, so they run nearly as fast as a locally installed program. So pretty much you can say that it's only the content that needs to be retrieved from the SharePoint server. Modern SharePoint is also very secure as compared to classic SharePoint, and the UI of modern SharePoint is much better as compared to the classic one. So where the new modern SharePoint really shines is in its easy editing capability. So business users can arrange items where they want on the page, and they can create a great looking website in minutes. So although modern SharePoint provides all these very useful features, but it does have some limitations as well. So using these features, using these features we can build intranets, but this takes a very long time and it is also very costly. So for this, we have our Saketa Internet Suite for Rescue, which overcomes the challenges that we face in out-of-the-box functionalities. It has a very easy and user-friendly interface and provides a very good user experience. It's a true native SharePoint solution and a digital workplace solution with collaboration as its centerpiece. It supports integration with multiple data sources and SaaS-based apps. It has a very engaging and highly adaptable UX, and the best part is that we provide the next-gen deployment. So the time consumption that will happen in creating the own internet using SharePoint capabilities, using SharePoint features, is overcome in Saketa Internet Suite. Now let's see how Saketa Internet Suite makes out of the SharePoint out of the box features more accessible. So SharePoint provides the functionality to change the display of list columns by adding JSON. But in order to do so, users need to have coding skills. So Saketa Internet Suite defies this traditional code-only approach by empowering SharePoint users to customize list columns and list views through its easy UI with no help from IT, and thus it makes the feature more accessible. SharePoint also provides the option to add custom themes to their SharePoint site, apart from the selection of already available SharePoint themes. But to do so, user again needs to have coding skills. So here also Saketa Internet Suite makes this process much easier via its custom theme selection option, where the user just needs to add the JSON code for their desired theme and they can apply. So earlier, SharePoint site used to have, content search and content query as its web part, which was later removed from the modern site. But Saketa Internet Suite still provides the functionality to use SharePoint search and SharePoint search query in order to fetch the data via its options and to select the data source as the SharePoint search query and providing the query string. Let us now see how it bridges the gap between different SharePoint versions. So as Saketa Internet Suite is made from SPFX, so be it any version of SharePoint which supports SPFX, it can be installed there. Also, it can get data from any SharePoint list and library and also via SharePoint search. So just now we saw how Saketa Internet Suite makes out-of-the-box features more accessible and how it bridges the gap between different SharePoint versions. Now let's see what other features does it have which makes it one-point solution for any kind of organization. So what does any organization need from its intranet? I guess the most important thing is security. So every company has some sort of confidential data such as company plans, policies, personal information, financial data, which is shared only on a need to know basis. And so a good intranet should have tight password protected security layers that blocks unauthorized access and relieves you from the worries of data misuse and theft. Other important features that a good intranet should have are sharing and collaboration, document and content management, social networking, and internet should be available on cloud 24/7. So we in Saketa provide all these features. So let's go through them one by one. To help organizations collaborate better, we provide several functionalities, like one of them is latest news. So to share company news and broadcast important updates related to the organization, we have this functional card called latest news. And it is also, we can also filter the news based on the user location. It can be done by using SharePoint tagging feature where location will be tagged with every news and later it can be filtered based on the logged in user's location set under their SharePoint profile. Now if you select any news, you can see the description of the news, we can like the news, we can like it, we can comment on it, we can see, and we can see the number of views on this news. We also have a functional card called Quick Contact to display the details of important contacts in the organization or the department so that an employee can contact them in the times of emergency. So here you can see the users can contact them via email or via phone number. Also, to allow the employee share their valuable opinion and make them a part of the organization's decision-making process, we have Quick Poll widget, wherein the users can submit their vote and as you can see on the screen, so once the vote is submitted, they can see the response percentage from other users as well. The next part is the content management. So to manage content, we have document manager where we can manage the policies and other important documents of the organization. The documents can be easily downloaded as well. And the data displayed in the document in the functional card is also highly configurable. So here you can see the created by and created date of this particular document. But suppose instead of created by, you need something like modified on, like when the document was modified. So this can also be easily configured in Saketa Internet Suite. For social networking, we provide integration with Facebook, Yammer, and Twitter. And for sharing images, we have Media Gallery. For sharing videos and other rich media updates, we have Video Gallery. So these and the videos can be fetched from any external source like YouTube, Vimeo, TEDx, etc. So any external source which provides embedded code, the videos can be fetched from that. Right. Apart from this, we also have something called as MySpace, wherein the user can see his or her tasks, their project status, their team's channels, the calendars, list of important colleagues, etc. Saketa Internet Suite also provides integration with third-party tools, for example, Freshdesk. So, so if the user has created any ticket in the Freshdesk, so those tickets can be displayed on the MySpace page or any other page of the Internet Suite. And when we select any ticket, the user is navigated to the Freshdesk site, wherein the user can take the necessary action on that particular ticket. We also provide a host of engaging applications which boost workforce productivity by simplifying the way employees collaborate, communicate, and get business insight. So one of such applications is Employee Directory. So where the users can get the important information of all the employees in the organizations in a single view. As you can see here, it has a very beautiful and a very easy to use user interface, and the data of all the employees of the organization is displayed here. Users can also filter the employees based on their department, based on the base office location, skills, job title, etc. And the data that is currently displayed on the screen is in card view. User also have the leverage to, show the display the data in a list view, as we can see here. Now, suppose if you want to see the employees, the data, the data of only your team members. For this, we have tab called My Team, wherein all the details of your team members will be displayed. We also have an application called Organization Chart, which helps to take a look at the organizational structure and hierarchy of the employees in the company. So, so whoever the user that who is logged in, so we can see the reporting manager and the report days of that manager. We can also see the details of the particular employee, such as their email ID, phone number, and profile and their direct report, as we saw just now. Also, in any organization, we have employees who have great ideas, but the lack of structured platform to collect and develop and evaluate the ideas across the organization is missing. So we present idea board in order to facilitate the employees share these ideas. Here, the ideas which are approved will be displayed in the application, and there are some approval processes after which, the best ideas will be displayed under Hall of Fame and under top picks. Users can easily search any ideas like, using keyword or using any tag, and user can filter the ideas based on the department, uh, and they can filter the ideas even by using date. Users can see the ideas submitted by them, the ideas that they have liked, and the ideas that they have favorited. Also, like, the onboarding and offboarding process in any organization really becomes cumbersome if they have to be done manually, like, that is tracking everything via email and manually contacting every department like IT and finance. Also, it gets very difficult to get the report of the onboarded or offboarded employees, like, if the process is manual. So it's quite a sought after need, which we have addressed by combining the two complementary functions through our on and offboarding application. So now you have seen how Saketa Internet Suite enables you to deliver engaging experience to empower your workforce with digital workspace and Office 365. So I request you to submit your questions on this, and now I will invite Omri to talk about how CardioLog Analytics helps to drive adoption. Yeah, so over to you,
Thank,
Omri. Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for your introduction. So that was very interesting about Saketa and exactly what they provide. So after you have really created your different portals, and after you have hmm? Hi. So after what? So after looking at what Saketa has provided, so after looking at Saketa's software and exactly what they can provide with the increasing adoption of SharePoint, I want to really dive into the analytics tool and exactly how you can leverage it to boost your adoption. So we're looking now at CardioLog Analytics view within Power BI. CardioLog Analytics can provide data for all versions of SharePoint, including Yammer and Teams. So I'm gonna dive right in. So at the bottom of my page, you can see many tabs. So each tab is a pre-built dashboard that all of our customers gets from day one. And each dashboard contains different metrics. On the left side of my page, you can see the portal tree filter or SharePoint's hierarchy. You can see here that we are monitoring SharePoint 2013 and SharePoint Online at the same time. And we can go ahead and drill down all the way to the list level, and I can click on any of these items, and you can see how the dashboard will shift to show me the data for the requested site. But if I want to filter the data through something else, not through the different pages, but through the different content, for that, I have the upper tab. So each tab presents different sort of data. So for example, if I want to look at the blogs or specific document type or the wikis of our company, I can click on any of them. And again, the entire dashboard will show me the data relevant for what I just requested. I'm gonna full screen this table right here. So here we can see some basic data such as page depth, last page view, average duration, and everything else you see on my screen right now. So I'm showing by default the most viewed pages, but I can also go the other way around and show the least viewed pages. And now after you know which pages are not being viewed, or in this case, not being viewed at all, you can take action. Maybe you will detect that there is hundreds of sites or pages that are not relevant anymore, and you need to archive them to improve your entire system. But maybe you will detect that there is a very important site that you just spent 3 months working on and no one is accessing it. So now that you know which sites are not being accessed, you can take action. So next we are going to look under the adoption column. We can see here the adoption through the different departments. So again, I can click on any of the departments and I can see how the entire dashboard will show me exactly what is this specific department is doing. But again, I can also drill down and look not only at the department level, but also to the individual level. And right here, I can detect, for example, that Abram is using SharePoint, but that Pauline is not using it at all. And now maybe I can offer specific training for these inactive users. So I'm going to show you more ways that we can filter the data. So if we just filter it through the different departments, right here we can filter it through the different offices. Maybe you want to start a training process, so to test it on a specific office, and then as you see results, you can go ahead and move to the other offices as well. Many of our customers have an automatic page opener, which means that seeing many one-page views is not that impressive. We want to take a look at some in-depth metrics, and we want to see each and every one of them take a jump as we improve the platform using CardioLog Analytics data. Metrics such as page depth, length of visit, or general time on site. We can take a look at the common navigation, so how people move from site to site within the portal. Here we can detect that there is maybe a very popular site, but it takes 5 or 4 different steps to get to, which is a huge waste of time for our company. And now that we know which sites are the most popular or the most needed, we can make the entire platform more user-friendly. We can even go ahead and check the external links. So many of our customers are subscribed to different materials that they think will benefit their employees, but they don't know if people are actually using these materials. So right here, we can see maybe we need to surface the unused important ones and to unsubscribe and save budget for the ones that no one really uses. Next, we can take a look at search. So exactly what and who is searching. On the left side of my page, you can see the most searched terms. So if I'll click on benefits, which is, as we can see here, the most searched term, we can see that benefits has been searched almost 1,300 times. So 1,300, that's a huge waste of time for our company. But the metric that actually worries me here is this percentage right here that tells us that only about half of the people that searched benefits clicked on any of the results, which means that half of them had to go and waste even more time searching for the answer elsewhere. But now that we know what people are searching and what results they are getting, we know how to improve the entire portal. We can even take a look at how long does it take for a page to download. Maybe we have a new site owner and he's very excited about his new role, so he puts all of this different videos and links and pictures, and it takes 2 or 3 or even 4 seconds for the page to upload, and no one wants to wait in 2019 for a page to upload. So now we know which pages are causing the problems. And now we're going to switch things up and go into Office 365 and look a bit at Teams analytics. So as we all feel, Teams is a very big part of what is happening right now in the Microsoft world. So we can take a look at the teams themselves. So exactly what teams do we have and who uses it and who does not use it. Again, we can filter the entire dashboard. On the left side of my page, you can see that we can filter it through offices or through departments. We can take a look at the team's activities. At the bottom of my page, we can see a list of all the teams that we have with some basic metrics such as number of members, number of channels, messages, replies, and everything else that you see here. We can see how many the active members rate and active team rate of our employees and how many people are actually using Teams. We can take a look not only outside of the teams, but inside the teams, we can take a look exactly who is the top contributor or who is the most valuable contributor, as we can see here by name, and we can help people that are not really using Teams to get adopted to it faster. And at the bottom of my page, we can see the top thread. So not only who writes and in what teams they write, but exactly on which thread they have replied. So we can see how many contributors are, how many responses, likes, etc. And not only that, we can take even a deeper look. So not only at the team level, we can also take a look at the channel level. So right here, we can choose any teams that we'd like. And out of all the teams, we can choose the specific channel that we want to view. And we can take a look at the most influential users. So a big part of team, obviously, is the chat. So not only which teams they are using, but how they are interacting with each other. So right here we can see a list of all of our employees and exactly how much do they interact with each other. And through that we can really assess whether it's driving more adoption after we have migrated to Teams. So after providing all the different metrics and numbers, we wanted to make all this data actionable data, to have a way that you can take action right now to drive more adoption. And for that, we have CardioLog Engage. So this tool allows you to create a campaign that will serve your needs to achieve any of the goals that you have, whether it's to increase adoption, increase productivity. So as you can see here, we have a list of all pre-built campaigns, such as promoting a certain page or notifying about a change or having a survey. But I'll show you very quickly how you can super easily create your own campaign from scratch. So first we're going to choose the audience. Maybe it's everyone, telling them about the deployment of Teams that is scheduled for next week. Or maybe it's a specific group. If I'm trying to drive more adoption, maybe I have detected that marketing users are not really using SharePoint. So maybe I want to contact only them. But maybe I don't want to contact everyone within marketing, only the inactive users. So people who did not visit for more than 14 days, for example. After that, we're going to choose the channel. Maybe it's an end-up message like a pop-up or a header on our homepage of SharePoint telling them to check out Teams with a link. Or for our example, people of marketing who do not use SharePoint, they won't see these pop-ups because, well, they don't use SharePoint. So maybe they'll get a targeted text message or an email with a link telling them to check out all of our different platforms. Next, we can text and design it in any way we'd like, write a message, write a description, and then we can decide what type of answer do we want from them. Maybe we want to have a rating of the new site or Teams, or maybe we want to ask a question and receive their full response to understand their experience. But another way that a lot of our customers are using this platform is to reduce the amount of email they are generally sending to their employees. So right here, we can see that the employees can RSVP. And for example, if you have a company event, every campaign can be a multi-layered campaign. So you can create a campaign that everyone who clicked maybe will get another message in 2 days telling them to approve. And all the people who clicked yes will get a text message a day before the event with a reminder with time and place. After that, we're going to choose the trigger. Maybe it's a scheduled one next Thursday when we are deploying Teams, or maybe it's triggered by a certain action. For example, when they are viewing a certain page, or when they are scrolling down a page, or when they are viewing a search result for more than 45 seconds. So for our previous example, after we have detected that people are failing to find answers for their searches, they'll get a pop-up asking them what went wrong with their search. And you can have a live response from them of what's really wrong and what they were looking for. And you can help them drive adoption. So really, after having these two tools, after having all the metrics and data, and after having all the employee experience, you can take deeper action to improve your entire platform. And so now I think that we'll go ahead and start our Q&A for both of us. And I see right here a question for CardioLog Analytics. So I see that Tom is asking if he can create his own dashboards within Power BI. So the answer is yes. While all the dashboards that you saw today are pre-built and all of our customers gets it from day one, the data is available for you within Power BI to create your own dashboard as you see fit. So are there any other questions for CardioLog or for Saketa? So I see that for Saketa, there was a question whether they can support all versions of SharePoint. So Saketa, can you elaborate on that?
Yes, yes, we do. We can support the old versions of SharePoint as well. Yes. Anything, any other question we have?
So I see that there's a question if we can help, if CardioLog Analytics can help create their new dashboard. So the answer is yes. We can not only help to show you where the data is within Power BI, but also to show you how to create your own dashboard. We can escort you the entire way. So I see here a question for Saketa. So they're asking, how is the Microsoft Teams integration realized?
Could you please repeat the question once?
Yeah, sure. I see here that someone asked, how is the Microsoft Team integration is realized?
Yeah. So for this, we have native team integration, and that is how it's done.
Okay, awesome. So I really appreciate everyone who joined us today. I think that's all the time that we have. So you can send more questions to us after this, of course. We are always available. And as I said in the beginning, everyone will get a recording of this session, and feel free to schedule a private call with both us and Saketa to review our platforms and how we can help you to boost your adoption and to reach the full potential of your organization's platform. Okay, so thank you
Yeah.
very much, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.